So I know this is something that a lot of people struggle with, or a lot of people wonder how they can overcome, or a lot of people just don't even trip over it. They kind of just live their life with it. But quitting weed, damn, that shit was tough. I'll start off with, why I wanted to quit. Let me take a break from weed. Let me quit. Let me see what life is like. Let me see the difference between smoking every day and not smoking every day. And the difference that I found is that I have a purpose. I found a purpose. I have goals that I'm reaching towards every single day. That, before I would smoke and my day would essentially be over, which was cool with me because, any problems, even if it was the best day, a little bit of that, what I'm saying, a little Zaza. Best days, worst days, I smoke. Get off work, smoke. On my lunch, smoke. And it just started to get excessive, and I felt like, who is this guy? Like, who am I? Like, I really don't even know who I am. So I wanted to take a break back, step back and just see who I was, what my values were, everything I was about. It's just a month update. This isn't like I quit for 5 years. Let me tell you all about it. This is, all right, I quit for a month after trying to quit for months in a row. After about smoking for 2.5 years straight. Not like every single day, but for the past maybe year and a half. I've watched a bunch of YouTube videos explaining how people were, how it was. So the first week is going to be the absolute worst, right? First week is going to be the worst. The physical withdrawals, they kind of suck. I've experienced some of them, but I didn't get a bunch. But from what I've heard, the physical withdrawals could include insomnia, lack of sleep. This is one I had. You ain't really trying to eat. Like, that takes a while to come back. You ain't gonna be hungry for a quick minute. Just get frustrated quick. You're gonna be bored as fuck if you don't got something to do, because you're just gonna be thinking about weed all day. The ones I can think of off the top of my head. So the first week really sucks, because you're like just trying to get adjusted. And over my time, I'd quit 5 days, go back on it. Quit 6 days, go back on it. Quit a week, go back on it. Go 2 weeks, back on it. So what I would say is, don't even trip if you relapse. You keep going and you're learning from the mistakes, then it's not really failing. Because I always beat myself over it. I was like, I went this far and I didn't make it. But then I started to learn that I had to, in order to get to where I was, and to learn why I kept relapsing. Everyone wants to get to the top of the ladder, whether that's money, whether that's the goals you want to achieve, but no one wants to take the individual steps that you need to get there, because it takes long, because you got to go through this, because the bad days, the good days. Little steps are what you take with you. Getting to the top is okay, cool, it's here, but the reason you got there is because you took all those little steps, and they carry on with you. So don't trip if you relapse. Try not to get back on that shit. That's what I always did. I'd smoke once, and I'd be like, oh, I already smoked yesterday, I might as well smoke again. And then I'd be right back in that cycle. I'd say just stay on your shit. Be like, yo, I fucked up. It's a one-time thing. I'm back on it. And if you make it, and you're like, damn, I went 2 weeks. I was almost to my goal. And, last time I made it 6 days. You made it an extra week, buddy. Extra week in a day. Be proud of yourself for that you're making progress, that you're continuing to go forward. That's one thing, is be happy for yourself. Instead of bringing yourself down, what you feed is what you're going to get. So if you feed yourself, damn, this is tough, why'd I do this? Those are what you're going to carry. But if you're like, I did good, I messed up, but I'm going to continue forward, I'm going to continue getting better, that's what you're carrying with you. Those are the steps. There were certain friends that I had to not kick it with for a minute, or tell, hey, I'm not smoking. Could you, chill out with all that around me? Because they were heavy smokers. Because when you smoke, you're kicking it with homies that are probably typical stoners, like you yourself or me. Be aware of your surroundings and what makes you do it. All right, we're back at it. One thing I wouldn't recommend is telling a lot of people about your goal of wanting to quit. Because that not only creates, for me, it not only created a sense of, I'm failing myself, but I'm failing all these people that are going to ask me later, how far I made it, how I'm doing. Second week sucks, but it sucks a little less than the first week. You're still trying to get adjusted to, okay, this is life. What am I doing? I wanted to get fucked up, but I didn't really want to smoke. And, drinking would just be, I'd have to deal with that tomorrow, wake up with a hangover, and then, vaping was just, it didn't even do anything. I got a dome for 15 solid seconds, and then it was over. and that's worse for your lungs, at least in my opinion. Now, again, you're getting into the vibe of what it's like to not smoke and to have to deal with your emotions. It's another thing, is dealing with your emotions. This is something that will pop up as you continue. You're gonna have to deal with what comes. You know what I'm saying? Why did my boss say this to me? Why are people being so rude? Damn, this shitty thing happened. Someone died. This terrible news I found out. And instead of just being able to, light up a quick joint, get high as fuck, you're gonna have to deal with that shit sober. And that shit's completely different, because you can't run from your emotions. You're gonna have to be right there with them. Right there. Days that you want to quit, the hardest days, the days where you don't see any progress, the days where shit's just shitty, people piss you off, you're sad, you want to cry all day, you want to do nothing. Those are the days that matter the most. You don't gain anything from the days where it's easy. When you're like, I want to quit, and the first couple of days are easy, you don't gain shit from those days. You don't gain anything, because it's the emotional drive of, oh, I'm going to quit, I'm going to do all this. It's like a New Year's resolution when you're all excited and you're like, I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna go to the gym every single day. But then you have to go to the gym every single day. You're past the weekend. You don't want to go. You don't feel like it. You're just thinking like, damn, like I gotta hit the gym to get the gains. The days that matter the most, because you're building yourself up through uncomfortability. Through being uncomfortable, you grow. Third week gets a little bit easier, and by the fourth week, you're kind of I'd say you kind of get more used to it. Although I know there's people out there, and this could be different for everybody. There's people who have smoked for 10 plus years. There's people who have smoked for like a few months. So everything's different. What I'm saying works for me, and what's happened to me won't necessarily work and happen to everyone. What really kept me relapsing is I'd focus on not smoking rather than focusing on what I was trying to accomplish. So then I started to set goals out. I decided that I loved walks. I've never walked like that before. I walk 2 or 3 times a day. I don't care if it's summer, I don't care if it's 99 degrees. I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? That's my time of peace. That's where I find my peace instead of smoking. I love reading books. Self-improvement books, spiritual books. Books that motivate me, help me to see things from new perspectives and new ideas, and see how other people view things. Find something you like to do: biking, hiking, playing video games to a certain extent. Don't be playing all day, because you ain't really serving your purpose. I'm living the life that I want to create. I'm building the life I want to create. Life has just been awesome since I quit weed. I'm following these goals that I never knew I could find. I made it to a month, and I learned so much after failing and failing and failing. Like, how cool would it be if you had a goal and like you just got it? Try one more time. Try just one more time. That's all you gotta think, is I'm gonna try one more time. And I swear to God, you'll get it. I don't know when, I don't know how. Here, number one tip, other than staying busy and going after your purpose and goals that you want to pursue, is finding your ultimate reason why. But it took failing and failing and failing and failing. I could have fucking wrote a book with how many times I failed to find my ultimate why. Because all the other whys weren't enough. That when those temptations came up, I'd just be like, fuck it, it's one time. Fuck it, whatever. Why my reason why isn't going to be your reason why. You got to find that for yourself. It's not just going to be like, you're not going to find it on the first day, I promise you. Because that's what I thought. I thought, I want to quit because I want to feel emotions and all that. And then I got all that. I quit for 2 weeks, I felt all that. And I was like, this ain't it. Like, what the fuck? This ain't keeping me fucking sober. So find your reason why. Don't give up. Know that there's people just like you who are struggling, who want the same goals, who are going out to get it, who are just out here. Just go out there and get it. And if you fail, don't trip. I'll make more videos as to what to do when stuff happens. This is just an overall what it's like 30 days. I feel much more happy. I feel much more motivated. I feel much more with my family and friends. Like, I feel like I can be there and I don't have the urge to have to smoke to do anything. And I feel like it's just lit. I feel like I'm going to learn for myself as to how this goes, and I'm gonna try to help others. That's what I want to do. I'm not here to tell you you need to quit. I'm not here to do none of that. You live your life the way you want to live it. But if you want to quit, you're obviously on this video for a reason. So I love y'all. Peace, love, and positivity. And y'all have a motherfucking beautiful day.